Hey guys, what's going on? I thought that I would do, actually it wasn't my idea, it was your idea, of doing starting out a tour on the roof. Now people that follow me know that I'm freaking scared of heights. So we're just gonna have to, you know, lean down a little bit while Mark is up here on the roof. We're in his shop right now. We are up on a very high van that's a little wobbly, and we're gonna get all the information on the tool on this van right here, right now. I'm getting down. You sat down. Why? Why could it be like that? And first of all,
I had to come down to your level.
That's kind of messed up, man. While we're up here on the roof of a Sprinter van,
yep.
Not your Sprinter van, but a client Sprinter van,
yeah,
that you built out. And you actually have a really unique deck up here. So we might as well talk about the roof as we're up here, and then we'll go down to the inside, which is like killer. I can't wait to show it off.
Yeah, your safe zone.
My very safe zone. So what are we sitting on right now?
We're actually on a 170 4x4 Sprinter. We did a 2-inch lift and some of the typical suspension stuff, so it kind of added a little bit of height to it. But one of the cool things that we're really excited to release this spring and over the summer is we have started to make our own roof racks. We found ourselves continually waiting for a supply chain to kind of catch up to our demand, and finally we just decided, you know what, we're not going to wait anymore, we're just going to start making stuff. So my new fabricator, who's a magician at what he does and very, very, very talented fabricator, came up with this design, this basket design, and then we put on a nice coastal cedar deck. This whole entire solar panel is reinforced, and so it's walkable, and actually holding 2 guys on it right now.
Yeah, and we're probably the size of like 3.5, so yeah, that works.
Yeah, exactly. And we were, you know, both you and I were both standing on this just a few minutes ago. So
until I freaked out and sat down.
Until you needed to sit. But yeah, it's got built-in scene lights, ladder, a really good place for, you know, mounting awnings. These little spaces right here for being able to put some lockdowns and tie downs on.
So it's all-track compatible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scene lighting out the back, light bar up the front, which is a little bit unique because we pinched the light bar between the 2 baskets, so it looks just really clean and tight. You have to watch, you know, actually look for the light bar. But yeah, I'm really excited to kind of show this off. You'll see them a little bit later, but we're also doing side steps and back racks and a couple other things as well.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on the outside at the end, but now we're gonna get down off the roof and we're gonna show the amazing artwork on the inside.
Yeah, and I'll hold your camera while you get down.
Thanks, buddy. We're in my safe zone.
Yeah.
I'm far off the ground.
Back on solid ground.
Back on all solid-ish. Yeah, no, this is a, you know, I know Nomadik Customs, but maybe the audience doesn't. This is a full custom, and this is a very unique layout.
Yeah,
so
it's a little bit different.
We're going to talk about it, obviously, when we switch sides. How did, you know, the client really go about this? And is this a long process? Is it a lot of phone conversations, emails, FaceTimes? Clients coming in, what happens here?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Actually, the first conversation this client and I ever had was, he was like, hey, I wanted to build this myself. I bought a bunch of stuff. I'm way over my head. I'm just going to hire a professional.
Wow.
And then it just kind of evolved from there. We really try to invest in our clients' stories, like where they're coming from, what kind of lifestyle they live, what they want to do in their vehicle as far as activities, what climates they want to spend their time in. We kind of dissect a lot of parts of their lifestyle, so then we can then marry systems to that lifestyle and then marry layout to how the systems are going to have to be laid out in the van. So it's a really long process, but it's also a really fun process because we really get to know our clients on a really personal level. So these guys have a background as being chefs. They have a teenage daughter that they wanted to be able to travel with. They wanted to have seatbelted seats and have 2 seats in case their daughter wanted to bring a friend, and be able to have kind of access to outdoors, but also have a really comfortable indoors. We kind of tried to cater to all of their needs, and then we added a bunch of stuff that they're absolutely not expecting, and I'm really excited to see what their reaction is.
I'm excited that I got to see it before them.
Yeah.
But this is like super open right here.
It really is.
Like, I mean, you always see like a galley right here, or you'll see like a bench down low, and you actually have the full width of the door working.
Yeah, I mean, having an awning outside you know, creates another essentially like 100 square feet of space. And up here in the Northwest, you know, we were kind of four season people up here, but having an outdoor space to kind of be able to do activities and then still be able to come inside and have it kind of seem like almost like a screened porch compared to the home that you're in was kind of the concept behind it. And then also, we'll kind of get into it, but we had to make a sleeping space for their daughter whilst still having seatbelted secured seating. You know, when this folds down, this aisleway gets really small. And so we had to kind of conceptualize and sort of figure out how we could fit all of these needs that they had and then kind of cater to some of their wants.
And is that the hide and go or is that the Bellagio seat?
This is the Bellagio.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a very popular seat that obviously folds up and away. Is it hard to maneuver? I see the red handles.
It just, you actually just bring it on down and then bring it on back.
Now, what I really like about their layout just now is you just put that down and there's still enough room for, you know, a big guy like myself to get through.
Again, trying to keep this open space and accessible. So, you know, this area up here, these two seats rotate around. So this can become a dining area for 4 people or playing cards or whatever. But then you can fold it up and then have all this access to more space, you know, in bed mode or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, you can put that up, back up and away, I think. You can show people how easy it really is. I thought I was going to jinx you on that one, but thank you for making it so easy. So you said that this actually turns into another bed for their daughter.
Yeah, we've kind of evolved this design over the years. It's a pretty simple layout design and pretty simple to bring out. But basically, we have a little locking mechanism down here, and then this whole thing pulls out. And then you just grab this little handle, this flips up and over, and then you have pretty close to about a 6-foot long bed here, about 30 inches wide.
And there are just extra cushions in here?
Yeah, so cushions are on the bed behind you.
I see that, yeah.
And then the cushions that were here. So it kind of all stacks up nice and neat. You can still have kind of a, we'll talk about the bed and stuff, but you can still kind of have a day bed back there, and then have the bench here, or you can extend this out. You know, so there's a lot of configurations just in this little front area. That
actually is storage down here.
Yeah, so we have storage here, and then we also have storage here, and then this is a cubby that goes back underneath, and then there's more storage under there.
Wow.
Yeah, and then once we turn around here, I'll show you the drawers and stuff. But this all just locks into place. Put the cushions back down, and then you're back to bench space, and then bringing this down or whatever for driving mode.
You know, your team really made a Swiss Army knife out of this. That doesn't look like a Swiss Army knife. Now, I found it also interesting, by the way, that that's an inset drawer, and then these are overlays.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows anything about drawers, I can't say that word, I know. It's actually hard, like a lot of the clicking, the draw stays, I guess. It's hard to do it on an inset.
Yeah, and we made this an inset because this is where, you know, the sleeping mode is, and you didn't want to have, you know, big drawer faces, and plus we wanted to keep all this flush. So we just put these 2 little pegs down here, and they just move in and out, kind of complemented some of the other wood that we've done in here, and then these just open right up, and they're a nice, big, deep drawer.
That's cool.
Or not deep, but long.
Yeah. Going back to the interesting layout of here, this is actually, it looks like a horseshoe. You don't see many of the galleys like this, the horseshoe galleys.
Yeah, I mean, some of the challenges that we had in the design on this was they wanted to be able to sleep north-south, but they didn't want to use 2/3 of their van for the bed. And so we kind of came up with this day bed situation, and basically, you know, these are the cushions, the other cushions for this bed here, these smaller ones right here. But we just unlock this here and then pull forward, and this whole entire bed pulls out over the countertop, that cushion drops down back behind, and then you essentially have almost a California queen size bed in here, and they can sleep north south, and then daughter can be here, so and then a guest can be on the floor.
And is this a 170 extended?
No, it's just a 170.
Just a 170? I actually thought it was a 170 extended.
No, and then the bed is 50 inches, and so it's kind of cool because when you push this all back in, there's still cushions up there, but one of the cushions can go against the back wall, and you can kind of put the other ones, and you can kind of make this into a little bit of a nap space or a day bed. Or
sure.
If someone wanted to kind of chill out without having to make the entire space up.
You said that they were chefs, right?
They have a chef background.
So they want a lot of prep space.
We wanted to create that for them. That's kind of a little bit of the surprise that we wanted to do for them. That's part of the fun part for me, is getting to know my clients and understanding just their backgrounds and some of their history. And we try to put that into the van. And so these guys both were professional chefs at one point. We wanted to kind of create something for them where they could come in here and really still knock out a good 3 or 4 6-course meal.
Sure.
And so we kind of gave them some of the amenities. We went with the Brava oven, which we do in a lot of our builds, just because you can sear meat and roast vegetables, and you can do all that in 20 minutes. We create these induction cooktops, so they have like an actual induction cooktop there, and then we make this cover just to kind of prevent any damage to the top. This here pulls out, and we have kind of a unique sink that has the ability to kind of turn on and off and be able to use the sprayer in a bunch of different ways, but then it compacts down so you don't have this big faucet sticking up there.
That's interesting. Did you guys pick that, or did they?
No, we found it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They still have countertop space that they can use. So if they aren't using the sink or whatever, they can still have things around here. And then this was kind of a fun thing that we did in the back. We took some of the negative space that we used because of the way that this L design is, and we made a nice knife block for them.
Yeah.
And made it so that there was some accessibility for them to be able to do some chef tools. Put like a nice set of the induction cookware. So there's actually 2 pots, 2 pans, and a strainer all locked up in this.
And that's all induction compatible?
All induction compatible. We put like a cutout foam piece down there to prevent rattling.
Sure.
And then there's still enough room to have nice big coffee mugs and all that kind of stuff. Then up here we made it so that we had all their dishware, plates, bowls, and cups. So everything's really compact and consolidated, but also kind of elegant, and really kind of catered to them being able to really go out and feel like they could do an executive chef meal on the north rim of the Grand Canyon, or out in the middle of Mount Hood or whatever. So we had a lot of fun kind of conceptualizing all that. What's really fun is they know nothing about
any of this.
All of this. And again, that's what's really fun about doing custom work, is we really learn about our clients, and then we're able to kind of have fun and sort of jump into their world a little bit, and gain a little bit of an understanding of them. And then that really provokes us to kind of do these special things. And these guys in particular were like, we trust that you guys are going to do something cool, so just go for it. And I think they're going to be really psyched about this.
So talk to me a little bit about materials now, because this to me looks like it's like leather.
Yeah.
But it's not. And then, what wood did you use? And then we're going to get to the art piece here after all that.
So our client's favorite color is orange.
Okay.
So we kind of steered him towards using...
I like your client already, because that's my favorite color.
Mine too, actually.
Okay, cool.
That must be why we're friends.
Maybe.
We steered them towards a vertical grain fir, just because when it goes under finish, it ambers up really nice.
And actually gets more and more orange as time goes on.
Yeah, it ambers more and more and more with age. It's a really popular wood in the Northwest here. We use this all certified, so it's harvested correctly and all that kind of stuff. We chose to go with a shiplap ceiling, so we actually have this specially milled for us.
Also fir, right?
Also fir, yeah. And what's nice is you get these nice small grains, and so you get like a wood grain, but it's super clean. There's not a lot of knots. There's not a lot of discrepancies and stuff in it.
It's not like a pine, right? Like, yeah, there's
Pine
no
or
naughty pine,
like even walnut has a lot of figuring and,
Yep.
and lots of different color.
Maple does, yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of wanted to stay with some consistent color. So a lot of this is fur. We brought in a nice warm cream paint to kind of lighten up the space and keep it nice and kind of light in here. And then we wanted to do something really special for them. And so we combined a lot of my favorite woods. This is Bolivian rosewood, babinga, paduk, and canary wood. We just recently got a really small CNC so we could get away with doing some of these art projects. And so we kind of wanted to create this little ombre from the leather colors up to kind of like a sunset color.
Oh, cool.
Actually CNC'd this nice wave design into this, and we carried that throughout this entire wall, and then sort of framed it in with the canary wood and our signature, window rings and stuff that we do. So it all kind of ties together color-wise with what he was saying, like, I love orange, I love purple, I love reds. And so we kind of tried to bring some of the purples and reds and oranges into
Very cool.
into what we did.
And what you meant by that is he actually brought the wave over here as well.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like goes right through the window almost, right?
Yeah, and just a shout out to my crew. They're phenomenal artisans. And so like all these little trim jobs, the way that we've evolved into wrapping all the wood or all the metal in here. We do these full wraps of rear arches. We do all these different little nubs, like this little thing right here. It's just a little nub sitting in there, and kind of these transitions going into woods just kind of give it a lot of character. And that's one of the beauties of wood, is being able to kind of bring on all these different colors and stuff. I mean, this isn't stained. This is all natural wood, right?
That's all natural wood, right?
Yeah.
You never actually said what the leather type countertop was.
This is a paper stone. We put paper stone in probably like 95% of our vans. It's a durable product that doesn't warp. A lot of times when you go through different elevations and climates, wood and other materials will warp or kind of chip or do all that kind of stuff. What I love about paper stone is it's a recycled material, and it's actually epoxy and recycled paper. So you can actually treat this as you would wood. And so if you set a hot pan on here and you get like the burn ring, you can actually come back with a sander and just sand it down and refinish it. Or, all these router lines and stuff you can do with a regular wood router. You don't have to have special stone tools or anything like that. So it's a really cool product to use.
A little dusty.
It's a little dusty when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But the finish is nice. And then what's kind of nice about this too is that even though it's got some weight to it compared to some other different countertops and stuff that are out there, aside from like wood, it's actually fairly light for the material that it is. It's heavy, but it's fairly light.
It's a solid surface. Yeah. And then you also bookended it.
Yeah, we bookended it.
I don't think I've seen yet.
Yeah, we bookended it. We had this big kind of babinga box down here. So we wanted to kind of carry some of this into the different corners. So we bookended down here, down there, and then with this corner being babinga.
And then is this babinga as well?
So this is babinga, and then this is paduk.
Paduk, so which matches
this up here, yeah. So we kind of brought all the colors and stuff in.
Jesus. Well, what floor did you use? I mean, what the heck, man?
Yeah, the floor we use a click vinyl, waterproof click vinyl. It's got a little bit of a slate layer in it, and so it actually reacts really well to the radiant heat floor that we have in here.
Okay,
so
which is the Van Life Tech, which is this right here.
Right. We have the Van Life Tech system and the cruising comfort air conditioning system in here. It's all run off of this one thermostat, and then we have the servo in here to run all the electrical power. It gives you, how many watts you're bringing in, how many watts you're bringing out. So you can kind of keep a really accurate view. We have about 800 amp hours at 12 volt in here.
Wow.
But it's actually 400 volt at 24 volt, but translates, we step it down to 12 volt.
Right, so it's a 24 volt system.
It's a 24 volt system that steps down to a 12 volt. So the advantage of 24 volt over 12 volt is that you can consolidate your whole power system into a smaller space, but get the same amount of amp hours. So like we'd have to put 8 batteries in here, and instead we only had to put 2.
Yeah.
So it works out really nice that way.
And then, you know, I always forget about this in your builds because you actually hide them so well, which is behind you, is your refrigerator.
Yeah, we work with a company that created this as a product. So this is for the Cruise Isotherm Cruise 115 refrigerator. So this is a veneer kit that we sell on our website. And you can actually, you know, kind of not have your blaring black or your blaring silver refrigerator. You can kind of integrate it in. What I really love about the Cruise 115 is that it has this compressor is actually down below instead of up above.
Right.
And so you get this really nice big freezer space back in there.
You could just go with the Cruise 200.
Yeah.
The massive 200.
Yeah, but this is really nice. Under counter, really nice fridge, has an eco mode to it.
Everybody always asks this. Maybe the clients do or don't want it. We're going to find out here in a second. But shower and toilet.
Yeah, so shower they weren't interested in. They wanted an outdoor shower. So when we go around back, I'll show you that.
Great.
Toilet, we actually have here. And
Oh, the Mark specialty, everybody.
yeah, we brought out our wrap-on toilet.
Now, for those that don't know what the wrap-on is, you can maybe loosely explain it.
It's a dry flush toilet, so similar to what the Laveo is.
Yep.
But the Laveo is one tube and many uses compacted into one tube. So you get 15 to 17 uses out of the Laveo. These, what happens is you do your business, you can see it creates the bowl, and then when you hit the flush button, the whole thing sinks down, and then a heater kind of comes across and heat seals the bag, and then the bag drops down below. And we just have this little box that the bag drops into, and
And it's sealed?
and it's sealed completely. And then you just take that bag and throw it away, or put it in like a little 3
Is it
gallon
vacuum
bucket.
sealed or is it just like a little baggie?
It's like a heat sealed bag.
Okay.
And so you get about 30 to 35 uses out of this, and then you're just dealing with individual bags rather than continued use and then have to throw the whole like 15 uses away.
I'm pretty sure that you are the only van lifer I know, or only van life builder I know, that has used the wrap-on toilet. And I feel like after the tours that I have done with you of recent, that I think a lot of people are going to start using the wrap. Whether they're DIYers or builders, I think they're going to start using the wrap-on.
It's a phenomenal product, and what's really cool about it too is the whole thing just removes so easily. You just pick it out of there. It's about probably 20 pounds.
Yep.
This is all latched up, and then you got this little suitcase handle right here.
So you can just pick it up.
So you can have AC, DC, or battery powered source. So you could actually take this outside and find a really scenic area to plant it and
do your business.
do your business. Yeah.
Now, the people that are going to ask maybe like the Laveo dry flush, they actually sell like a powder that crystallizes your number one.
So same thing.
Okay, they sell another. They sell packets, right?
Yeah. So with this in particular, you know, you do your business. You open up a little packet, you pour it in, it gels the liquids, and then you push the flush button. It takes 90 seconds for it to move down and heat seal. It drops the bag underneath, and then that's
Voila.
it.
Your only, not complaint, but the only con.
They're spendy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably about $2,000.
Yeah.
I am a person who has dealt with every single toilet that there is, and so worth the money. I was a critic when they first came out with their first model, which were these lime green fluorescent units, and they looked horrible. But after using it, honestly forgetting that I used it, and then cleaning my van out weeks later, and then finding the bag.
The bag, yeah.
There was no smell, there was no leaks, and it was just like, oh, I'm sold. This is the thing that I want to put in every single one of my vans. Between the power source, the baggies, and all this stuff, it works out to about $2,000. And then the bags after that, they break down to about 55 to 65 cents per use.
Cool.
Whereas like Laveo is like $1.50 to $1.75 a use, and you only get 15 uses. This is about 30 to 35 uses, and between like 55 and 65 cents a use. So,
cool.
So it's really cool. I mean, that's why I like it, and I think it's worth the money. And especially when it comes to just taking care of your business, it's just a very clean, cleanly way to do it. Yeah. So that part of it's really cool.
All right. Well, you know, you kind of went over pretty much everything in here, so appreciate
Almost.
it. Uh-oh. What else we got?
We have kind of this L-shaped thing, and our biggest thing that we try to do is conserve space. And so we, of course, we have our drawers here. We have both our heater and air conditioning ducts here, which we did with the Bibinga, and all this grill here is handmade.
Wow.
We have our water filtration system. We usually put all of our gray water tanks on the inside just so you can clean them out,
Sure.
and kind of in case the ball valves have any problems or whatever. And then we put ball valves so that you don't have to sit under there and drain your tank. You can just like hit the ball valve and drain the tank. But what's really fun is we, like I said, try to conserve a lot on space. So we put this little recycle container in here, but then we wanted to kind of also get some space in the back. So we actually created a little pantry sort of secret zone back there.
So that pulled out and then came off to the side.
Yeah, so if you put stuff in there and then this just all pushes back, and then you just push this in, and then there you go. So we gained probably another 2 square feet of space back there.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a nice little nifty move you got there. Again, not really seen that. All right, we'll go to the outside?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sweet. Yeah, you just opened up the back doors for me. Appreciate it. You put, I think this is your racks again, but
No, actually, this is flatline with an owl box.
Okay.
We don't have our racks. They're basically coming from powder coat and stuff.
Okay.
But honestly, we like using flatline products on pretty much every build that we do. We have a really great partnership with them. We just create rack. The back rack system isn't something that we're going to be selling. It's something that we can customize.
Got it.
Yeah. But the roof rack and the side steps we will be selling.
Cool. Yeah, we love that.
And then speaking of selling things, not to sound like a salesman, but
I'm going to sell you right now.
because I'm so good at that. We also make our own bug screens and stuff, so you can find all this online.
Cool.
And then we make a insulated partition between the cab and the cargo space, and so we've noticed about a 30 to 40 degree difference between cab and cargo space when that's down.
Cool.
Yeah, so little plug there. Check us out online. You asked me about a shower before.
I did.
So this is a little transom shower with your mixing valve, and then the transom pulls out. And then we have
Tank light.
our tank light so that we can see our water level. We have a tank monitor in this too, which is connected to the servo, but sometimes they're inaccurate. So we like to put this little, analog viewing window in here as well, so that you can kind of see what your tank level's at. Over here we have the garage light, put our ventilation systems in for all the different things they have in here: air conditioning, batteries, power system, and then that's the refrigerator vent right there.
Oh, cool.
And then we have this drawer that pulls out, which has got the 500-pound slides on them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that's really nice. If you have something in the back, you can now bring it out here and able to grab it. And
Yeah.
there could be a bunch of stuff on here. And
Yeah.
a necessary
Load it up
thing.
with a lot of totes, and then be able to put everything in and have it all packed and organized. I mean, there's a variety of things you can do with this. We even have like the fold-up electric bikes,
yeah,
and we're developing something that will come off the rack and be like a little boat
like winch thingy.
winch that you can like have this in, lift your bike up, and then drop it down onto it and push it in.
That'd be nice.
So yeah, that's all the fall stuff, but I got to give it a little bit of a plug.
Yeah, you even had a little storage unit. You had enough room for your electricals all down here.
Yeah, so this is where we usually put like the electric cord for shore power, dog bone, water filter hose, kind of all the auxiliary things that you need. We also have an air compressor on here, so we'll put like the air hose and stuff in here.
Cool. Well, you actually never showed us the steps, so we're going to end over on the side of the van. Those are your side steps, but I actually like something you did towards the front of them.
The passenger side, what we did, we always noticed that this was a consistent step all the way along here. And a lot of times when you're coming in and out of the side door, you put like a little step down here to get it on and off. So we kept this one at the level because, if you're rolling up over a rock or something, you still want to be able to have some clearance and not have that bang. But because you're getting in and out of your van all the time, we just decided to bring this down like 2 or 3 inches and give that little dip. Again, my fabricator came up with this design, and I just really love it because it kind of gives us a little bit more comfort. So we have this long one on the passenger side to cater to the side door, and then
CA tuned bumper. There it is.
CA tuned bumper. And then on this side, we have a shorter one, and then give ourselves a little love there.
I mean, you have to do some self-branding there.
Yeah.
And you know, your client loves orange, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's what's kind of fun is the client can choose whatever background color they want out of that. So we've had gray, blue, pink, fluorescent greens. It's kind of fun.
And now we're back, actually where it all started for us, up at that ladder. Yeah, I mean, we're not climbing back up there. You can if you want. But yeah, where can they find you one more time and kind of just, you know.
Yeah, so you can find us. Website is nomadiccustoms.com, so Nomadik. Just reach out. We have a whole bunch of different things that we do. We do these full builds, we do partial builds, we do, you know, kind of progress builds, all kind of in the custom realm. And then we're also helping out with people with repairs and services as well. So
cool.
That's all on our website.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Mark. I think that's it. Later, buddy.
Later.